Hey, this is Nikki G, and I just did a slip yoke eliminator on my 231 transfer case on the TJ, and don't mind all the bashings. But to get this snap ring out,
oh man,
I discovered that these kind of pliers, snap ring pliers, with this little thing on the end, works. And it turned a 5-minute job into like a 4.5-minute job.
All right, hello, boys and girls. It's time for another Jeep Talk Show flagship episode. This is our Thursday flagship 2 episode. So this is like flagship 1, but more, but double. On tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about Big Bear Gladiator Edition. Yeah, we talked about this on Tuesday, but got a little more information, and of course, we don't have Steve-O's take on it, and I think that'll be fun to hear. Also, too, and I know Steve-O's really excited about this, and it's funny because even the text that we got about this story mentions the same thing you were mentioning, Steve. 10 days until Jeep Talk Show is at EJS.
9 days, 9 hours, 26 minutes, and 46 seconds till I depart.
That's great.
So, hi, it's Steve-O coming at you from a warm 56 degrees out here in the Chicago area.
Oh, man, it's 73 here. 56 I like. I like it better whenever it's like in the 40s. That usually means that it's not warm here in the studio at all, and I like that when it's nice and chilly in the studio. I think, it's 85 degrees here in the studio with all the computers and all the audio processing equipment and stuff that I have going on.
Yeah, some brisk mornings out there, but by the time it's time to go home from work or go on a walk during lunchtime, it's doing pretty good out there. I'm happy it's finally getting more consistent.
So you guys are out of the snow range now, right? Do you get snow later in the year ever?
I cannot recall an April with snow here in my 40 plus years. Not to say it can't happen, but I'm pretty confident that we're done with that for the year.
Yeah,
and we didn't get much at all this year.
Yeah, and I've asked you before. You're not in the lake effect snow area, right?
No, I'm on the western side of Lake Michigan. The lake effect is kind of on the east side, in more of Indiana area as you go into Michigan.
I remember finding out about lake effect snow, and I was really surprised by that. It makes perfect sense, but I didn't know that existed, and how you can just get so much snow dumped on you because of the lake. Is it Lake Michigan that they're talking about? Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, a lot of our weather is governed by the Gulf of Mexico. That's one of the reasons why we don't get snowfall, is because of how warm and how much heat the Gulf of Mexico stores.
Well, if you look at Buffalo, New York, it's the same thing. I think it's Lake Erie. Don't quote me on that. But on the Toronto side, they get nothing. Buffalo just gets destroyed with the lake effect snow. They get an inch on the Canadian side, and they're dealing with feet in Buffalo.
Interesting. Yep. So I will take this moment. We haven't been mentioning about this very much, but I would like to remind everybody about our Patreon subscriptions. Our Patreon subscriptions have new subscriptions, I should say, have come to a halt, and we've lost a few people. I think that we've lost a few people not because the show isn't enjoyable or is not as good as it used to be. I think a lot of it has to do with the really bad Patreon app that you can use to listen to the episodes ad free, and the Patreon app is just a kind of a pain in the ass to use. It
really is. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, but luckily you can still listen to the ad free content using Spotify, and it's a free app. You can pay, of course, but it's a free app, and you can actually take your subscription, put it in over there at Spotify, and then you can go ad free there. So if you're not, maybe you've tried it, maybe you've done the free trial and you tried it and you go, oh, this just sucks, but it wasn't the show, it was the app. Well, try Spotify, and because we would appreciate your support, and Steve, we appreciate your ongoing support being a Patreon subscriber. I think you jumped on right when we started doing it. I mean, we kind of had a lot of people jump on as subscribers initially. I pushed it for a while, and then I just hate bugging people about get subscribing. But if you have to say something, if you want people to subscribe, people aren't running around going, "How can I send money?"
So people have the gift for that. I'm not one of them. I could never do commission sales. I wouldn't. I'd starve. Right?
Yeah.
It's just not me. But I get it. But you're right. That Patreon app, for an app that's based more on profit by charging people for different stuff, it's crap when you look at like the Spotify app, the iHeartRadio app.
I think it's all about money. I mean, obviously, Spotify has money if they can spend $110 million on Joe Rogan.
True. Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. I'm sure they're making just as much in advertising.
Yeah, one would hope. I mean, I'm sure Joe Rogan would hope, because when it comes to negotiation time, you want to make sure that you're dealing with some people that are profiting off of you being a part of their company.
Yep.
All right, so as promised, we're going to talk about the 2025 Jeep Gladiator Big Bear Edition. Steve, I don't know if you've already heard about this or maybe caught it on the Tuesday flagship episode, but for current models, the 2025 Jeep Gladiator Big Bear Edition debuted as a California exclusive, limited to 5,000 units, starting at $48,085. That is not a bad price for a Gladiator.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm not.
I don't think it's really a good idea at this time. But back when I got the 2021. The 48,000 would have been, it's a little more than what I paid, but it's very close to what I paid for my Gladiator.
I'm looking at, I got a Rubicon. There's no lockers in this. The wheels are smaller. They're not even 33s, which the Rubicon. I guess I'm just mentally got the Rubicon package, and I paid less for my Rubicon than this. Obviously, it's a Wrangler, not a Gladiator, but still.
Yeah, I didn't. When I was pricing the Gladiator, I wasn't even interested in getting a Wrangler. I mean, the only reason I was getting a new Jeep was I wanted to be able to tow the XJ, and can't tow the XJ with a Wrangler. The amount of towing capacity is just not there. So I didn't even look at the prices until I think after I'd already ordered the Gladiator, and the Wrangler prices were significantly less than the Gladiator. And I don't know why. I mean, the Gladiator hit the market big when it came out. I think it was a big deal. Jeep had not had a truck for a number of years. I mean, I think 92. Right. I think 92 was the last year of the Comanche.
Yeah.
So, which I think Comanches are so cool. It's an XJ truck, So
yeah, exactly.
If you're an XJ fan, that's just like you want one of those things. Anyway, so like you said, you were already talking about the tires and stuff here. So named after Big Bear Lake, it's based on the Sport S trim, which is what the Jeep Talk Show Gladiator is, and features 17-inch black wheels, 32-inch mud terrain tires, steel rock rails. Oh, that's nice. And the Command Track 4x4 system. It's available in 7 colors, including the new 41 shade, an olive drab nod to World War II, a sports bear themed badging, heated leather seats. I guess they need that in California, especially where windy is. Right? Yeah, exactly. And adaptive cruise control. Stellantis also donated $500,000 to the United Way of Greater Los Angeles wildfire response alongside the launch of supported recovery efforts after January's devastating LA fires. Looking ahead, a plug-in hybrid Gladiator 4xe is rumored for 2026, potentially featuring a 215 horsepower electric drive unit. So this is interesting because Greg Henderson, unofficial use only, created a two-door 4xe Gladiator a few years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, and they're still beating the shit out of that thing at Quadratech.
they actually are. Interesting enough, at EJS last year, I was coming over a hill. I was with Bob, a couple others were on Behind the Rocks Tiptoe, and I look off and I see a Jeep doing donuts in the sand. I look down, I'm like, that's the JTE.
Yeah.
We go hauling down there, and sure as shit, there's Rob Jarrell, the face of Quadratech. He's just doing burnouts in the sand, and you could smell the brakes and everything. He was cooking it good.
Yeah. Well, whenever I went out there, I think it wasn't last year, it was the year prior. There's an area on Metal Masher where you can go. I think there's like 3 ways at the opening. I don't think it's a gatekeeper, but there's like three ways you can go down the trail. There's a really difficult way that it's actually because of the buggies and stuff going up this one way, the most difficult way. It's kind of dug out underneath the rock. So whenever you get near vertical going up that route, not only do you have to do the get the mass up near a vertical ramp, you also have to, the wheels kind of go in underneath the rocks whenever you hit that place where it's been dug out. And there was a couple of very big builds that went up that thing, and one made it. And it was interesting too, because he actually went up to the face of the rock and got his wheels up on top and basically was doing a burnout. And the people were going, whoa, 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 you know, like you're giving it too much power and stuff. He knew he knew what he was doing. He was making the tires sticky, and it was like he waved them off, like, you know, shut up, I know what I'm doing. And he stops, and then I think he backs up a little bit and hits it and just walked right up it. And then I think that was the red. There was like 2 vehicles that were basically the same builds. One was red, the other one was black or green or something, and the second one just didn't make it. So, but that's kind of the adventure of going off road, is just because you may walk up it this time. It really depends on your line, the tire pressure, when you bump it, it's just, and that's the adventure of it. You can't just do it all the time.
Yeah, Metal Master's on my list this year. I did not get to Metal Master last year, so that's definitely going to be one I'm going to hit. So I'll take a look at that when I get there.
So the second way up, which was not as bad, but still very daunting. It's not anything I would have tried with the Gladiator. Rob tried going up that with the JTE, and he tried it internal combustion engine, and he tried it electric. And it really looked like it was going to make it, but it didn't. And eventually he had to go the same way that I went, which was a very mild way. And that's an interesting thing that all you guys, and you should know, Steve, is that there was nothing on Metal Masher that I couldn't do in my Gladiator on 35s with a what's it called, a automatic locker, because the Sport S comes with a locker that engages and disengages. You know, it actually does very well. I don't want to say sometimes, because I've done things in my Gladiator that other Gladiators in the group were having a hard time doing. So having that part-time non-selectable locker in the rear makes a big difference.
It does. Well, and it's interesting too. So you mentioned about how the trail had easier options. If take a look at Trails Off-Road, it'll tell you what the minimum difficulty you have to do on a trail is. Mm-hmm. And that's a real good judge of character. Like, I'm pretty much 6 with my build is where I'm at on the Trails Off-Road ratings. Anything I will not do a 7 or above. So that's my personal thing, because I'm not trailering it. I have to drive it home.
Yeah. And you have a winch, right?
I do.
Yeah. So and because there's always a possibility that you can get into a situation where you have to do something that's more difficult than what you would like to be able to do. Or you may even go, wow, that TJ that's open just crawled up that thing. Screw it, I'm going to try it. But if you have a winch with you, then a winch will get you out of a lot of trouble. And again, a winch can get you into trouble because you can say, I'm going to try it. I've got a winch.
Well, there's a spot on Poison Spider. I was halfway up, and there's an anchor point hammered into the rocks.
That's scary.
For a winch. And I was fully locked in, right, with mine, and I went right by it. But
well, that's right. You got a Rubicon, so you have front and rear lockers. That's got to be a huge deal. I would love to have front and rear lockers on the Gladiator.
Oh, it's a lot
selectable
of fun.
lockers, where you press a button and they're engaged.
It's fun screwing with people too, because we're at an event out here in this muddy hill, and the guy's like, "Okay, when I tell you to, you got to punch it." So all the Jeeps are getting ready. They get position. They're roaring up the hill. Then I come up. I just locked in, and he's like, "Punch it!" And I just start crawling. He's like, "I said go." I said, "I am going." He just looked at me and goes, and just laughed and walked away.
I think the thing where people get into trouble is whenever they're giving it too much skinny pedal, because that's when things break. And you can configure a Jeep, and I think it's especially this is especially true for a Jeep with selectable lockers, is that you shouldn't have to have speed for most of the obstacles that you're doing. And you want to go slow, controlled, and the low range, locking front and rear, and maybe turning front locker off, rear locker off, front locker on, and it gives you options and gets you up and over obstacles. That is it's very gratifying.
I'm very quick to pop the lockers off of the front if I have to turn.
Oh, absolutely.
Because especially a lot of you get to the top of the obstacle, there's a hard turn. I'm off those lockers as quick as possible, just because I'm terrified of ripping them up.
Well, I mean, if you don't have RCV axles or the constant velocity axles, there's a real possibility of popping that fuse, which we call universal joints. Yep. But the RCVs can be damaged as well, but they can take a lot more stress because there's a lot more connection points than
they
before.
Also transfer the potential damage, right? Down further.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And instead of an inexpensive U joint, it can go further down the thing. But have you had any problem with disengagement on the electric lockers that Jeep uses in the Rubicon?
Every once in a while they take a little longer, where I stop to think, okay, what's going on here? But then they pop off. So probably
has to do with a little motion, and maybe they're under stress or something.
Yeah, if I'm off camber, they don't like it for some reason. Mm-hmm, so. Mm-hmm. I've had more problems with the front disconnect sometimes than I do with the lockers.
Yeah. All right. So looking ahead, a plug-in hybrid Gladiator 4xe is rumored for 2026, potentially featuring a 215 horsepower electric drive unit, while the 2026 Jeep Renegade will get a mild hybrid electric vehicle, MHEV, upgrade in South America, which matters to us not at all, but you never know. We may have some listeners in South America. Will be with a refreshed exterior amid a boosting of performance and fuel efficiency, which, when you buy a Jeep, that's what you're always thinking about is fuel efficiency.
It's a brick.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, the Jeep also revived the Mojito green paint for the 2025 Wrangler and Gladiator for a limited run color last seen in 2018, alongside the 41 hue, adding fair flair for enthusiasts. So I think it's neat, the OD green type thing. I think that's a great nod to the heritage of Jeep.
Absolutely.
And actually, I considered a green. What was it? It was a Sarge green, I think, is what it was available in 21. I considered that one because I thought that might be a great color. And when the wife goes with you for the test drive, and she goes, "What about that red one?" Because red's her favorite color as well. And I said, but it's not a red like the same red that's on the XJ.
You don't play hard.
No. It was fine with me, but I said, but it's not the same red that's like on her TJ and on my XJ. And she goes, it's bright enough. It's a good bright red. And I said, yes, ma'am. So we got the red. I love the red. I think the red really stands out. And with the red and black combination, I think it looks really good.
Well, let's look at the blue. I love my ocean blue. It's the deep blue. I am not a fan of was it Chief? No, not Chief. I forget what the color is. The hydro blue.
Right. That's the real bright blue, right?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but it's not what I would choose. Mm-hmm. It's just me. Teach their own.
All right, so on the event front, the Easter Jeep Safari 2025 in Moab, April 5th through 13th, is just 10 days away. This is where we insert the Count Dracula from Sesame Street, going 1, 2, 3, counting to 10.
Well, it's actually not the 5th. It's the week after is the official Jeep Safari. It's the 13th through the 19th.
Interesting. The information. Early. Yeah, the information I got was April 5th through 13th. So I guess that they're going. I think this thing actually was gathering information from past Jeep Talk Show episodes. So that's when you're leaving, right?
Yeah, we're leaving the week before. Me, Bob, Rick, my buddy Dan,
So it's 10 days for you, but it's 17 days, I guess, for anybody
Correct.
else that's just going for EJS.
Yeah, I believe it actually starts Saturday the 12th, but don't quote me on that, and runs through Easter, which is Sunday the 20th. So it's 9 days, give or take.
Right. So the Jeep Talk Show Roundtable crew shared tips, and we're talking about Wednesday's episode yesterday. Dine at Moab Garage, not Moab Garage. I think that's right. That's right. Bob did say Moab Garage. I say Moab Diner because I think it's where I like to go. I never went to Moab Garage. You have to try that out, Steve. Maybe Bob will take you over there. And for breakfast or Dewey's for steak. Avoid this is directly from you. Avoid Blue Pig. That was your comment in the roundtable.
Well, we went there.
I'm not going to say it's not bad. It's not bad food. It's just nothing special.
No, well, it was the fact we rolled in there like 8:00 during EJS, and they were out of like half of their menu.
Yeah, that's something that happens, and I think it was like they're just not used to that kind of a crowd. It's like, hey, EJS happens every year. Well, they don't plan ahead.
Someone said it happened to them the year before too, so that kind of hit me as well. They didn't learn.
So I envy you guys. I'd love to go again this year. It's just not a responsible use of my money.
Yes,
we get more Patreon subscribers and a few advertisers than next year. So, but it's just the way it goes. So it's not me not wanting to go because it's a 20-hour drive one way for me, and I tell you what. It is worth it to me to go. It's a road trip. Road trips always fun.
I'm a driver.
Yeah. All right, and so and as we mentioned in the roundtable episode, there's stores like O'Reilly's and Napa. The BFG Garage offers free installs. I wonder if anybody ever shows up there with a lift kit. Hey, here's a lift kit.
Somehow, I think they're going to say pass. So it's interesting.
I don't know.
You mentioned O'Reilly's and Napa. My buddy Dan and I were actually drinking at the bar next to the Moab Diner. So I can't remember what it was. And all of a sudden the phone call started coming in from Steelbender. Rick had a busted axle up there, and then Jess Rogers' wife had a busted U-joint. So they're trying to get a hold of anybody, and only one person on the mountain they're holding up the phone trying to get the signal, and they get me. And of course I'm like, huh? We've been drinking. So we're walking up and down the main street trying to find parts for both their Jeeps.
Yeah, I think Roger was driving his wife's Jeep whenever it got broken. It wasn't Jess that had broken that.
Right.
I'm sure Jess is, if she's listening, is going, hey, I didn't break it. It was my Jeep. I just made the mistake and let Roger drive it.
Dan's over at O'Reilly's. I'm over at Napa, and then we're using the GMRS to talk to each other to see because they don't have it. And then Roger's calling me, what year is the Jeep? So we're going back with the guys at the stores are looking at us like we're just morons. So it was entertaining. Yeah,
well, it always is. It is an adventure, and it's great that they were able to get a signal out of there. I think that that's one of the things that's going to change here drastically over the next couple of years is being able to communicate anywhere in the world.
Verizon just announced with the S23 upgrade that you can now get satellite texting.
Yeah,
coming. So
I mean, you can't just. With T-Mobile doing it through the Starlink satellites, that the rest of the groups are going to be having to do the same thing. I suspect that the cell phone technology is going to go away.
Quite possible.
It's all going to be internet in the future. Well, it's going to be happening really soon. And Steve, you've actually got some Jeep Talk Show T-shirts to hand out. We don't have a bunch of them because if I haven't mentioned before, we're poor. But Steve's going to have a handful of Jeep Talk Show T-shirts to hand out, and he's going to be the gateway as far as who gets a shirt and who doesn't. We really would appreciate it that if you do get a shirt, and Steve will mention this to you as well, that you wear the shirt, and because we want the Jeep Talk Show logo to be seen out there. That's why we're doing this. It's a thank you for listening, or a thank you for listening and joining us on the Jeep Talk Show event at EJS, but also too get a little word out there for the show. I want to hear reports like when Bob did the flags in 2021. It's like people were saying we see those Jeep Talk Show flags everywhere, and it was funny. It just so happened that the Red Rock four-wheelers flags were exactly the same type of flag, but a different logo on it. But for people, if they looked at the Jeep Talk Show one, they go, "Oh, it's Jeep Talk Show," or what is that? And they found out, and then they see the other red flags. They're not inspecting them to find out what they are, so they mistook those for Jeep Talk Show flags, which I'm fine with. I think that's great.
Sure, and we'll have those out. You'll see them. If you see me, I got a blue ocean blue JLU with a big white star on the side. It'll have Jeep Talk Show on the side as well. Find me. We're going to be out at the Tread Lightly event on Tuesday up on Top of the World. So there'll be a lot of T-shirts on display there.
Yeah, T-shirts, and there's going to be a few Meek Magnet Jeep Talk Show logos. Steve was going to be handing those out as well. Steve, I hope it's not going to be putting you in a bad position handing this stuff out, as well as stickers, because everybody loves stickers, and the collecting of the Jeep Talk Show Meek Magnets towards the end of the event, because I want to be able to do this next year as well without having to spend the money for additional logos.
Oh, I agree. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's not a hard at all.
Are you going to the June event?
I was, and I am no longer.
Okay.
My daughter decided to go to college in Washington, D.C. area. So now I have to take that vacation time off to go get her out to school. So
yeah, no problem. We may take those Jeep Talk Show stickers, and if you guys aren't familiar, the Meek Magnets you can put on, take off, put on, take off. It's not a permanent sticker. You don't have to take them off, but this way we can go out there, hand them out. People can put them on their Jeeps on the driver's side, hopefully on the driver's side door. You won't be able to do that because you have a sticker on your driver's side door. But it basically the same place. These are 18-inch stickers, 18 by 18, so they're fairly good size. And I think that'll be really cool to have. I think it's what is it, 12? Did I tell you it was 12? I think we have 12 of those logos. So we're looking at putting on 12 different Jeeps. You're getting a pair for yourself because you wanted a pair of the logos for your Jeep. And then we did a pair for Jeep Talk Show Chris, which we still don't know if Chris is going yet or not, but he may be as well. But even if not, we can always ship those out to him because he goes to events and putting those logos on for 4Fest and going to the Steer Smarts coffee events would be perfect for that.
Yeah, and if you see me out there with them on, and if you have a JL, come look at them because these are designed specifically for the aluminum skins. It's not a magnet. Mm-hmm. And there's another Jeep out there, but Zabo drives. It's got an incredible set of them on there.
Yeah, everything on Zabo's Jeep is Meek Magnet. Well, I take that back. There are Janet from Chick Chat has done several of the decals on there as well, but the sides the doors, the doors and stuff. Panels. Yeah, that's all Meek Magnet, so they can be taken off and put back on. I don't suspect he'll be taking them off, but and it's all custom. It's not something that it was a Meek Magnet design. It's something that he worked with Meek Magnet on and did up the way he wanted it done. So
yeah,
I like the way Zabo does that stuff because he does things like I do. He likes to have a really good functioning Jeep, but also likes having it look good. Little attentions to detail.
I don't know. Didn't you yell at me for washing my Jeep in EJS last year?
Sure, but they may not have anything to do with reality and just giving you a hard time. But I think that he is used to things being very nice and very clean and very well done because he is a fighter pilot, and his and the F-18s, I'm sure, were very well taken care of aboard the carrier.
Very, very disciplined, and how they ran their lives when they were in the Navy.
Oh yeah,
you weren't sloppy.
All right, Steve, I did an interview recently, and I found out about some history on the World War II Jeeps that I had no idea this was even a thing. I was very surprised about it. It's a gentleman that wrote a book about Jeeps, and it's called jeepshowbook.com. And Rob was telling me about during World War II, the Jeep Show, not to be confused with the Jeep Talk Show, was a unique initiative on the Western Front in Europe, designed to bring entertainment to the rapidly advancing American troops. They're taking entertainment to the people, the soldiers that are on the front. That includes in Germany.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Jeeps were so versatile during World War II. I mean, priests would have one, and they would use the hood as their altar, right, out in the field.
Sure.
They were just everywhere. And this is one of those things I wish I'd, one of my big regrets in life is I never talked to my grandfather about his experience. He was in the Western Front. If you ever seen Saving Private Ryan, Omaha Beach, he was there. So now I don't know that he never talked about it, but I never asked.
Did he get a chance to meet Spielberg? Because that would be really cool.
No, but it's one of those things I regret not talking, even asking him.
That's the way kids are. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely the way kids are, especially when you're young like that. You don't care.
You don't appreciate it.
It's all right.
When I saw the movie, I finally understood why he never talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just regret not asking him. If he just said he didn't want to talk about it, I'd have been okay with that, but I wish I would at least asked. Right?
Yeah. Taking the initiative to actually potentially hear about it. So as Allies pushed through Western Europe in late 1944, traditional entertainment units like those from the United States organizations, USO, and the Army Special Services couldn't keep up with the fast-moving front lines. Major Joshua Logan, an officer in special services, noted the GIs were never in one place long enough to see a show, which is good. They're doing their job. The sooner you get done, the sooner you can get home. So to address this, he pioneered the concept of a Jeep show, small mobile entertainment units that could perform at a moment's notice for troops near the front. Mel Brooks, Mickey Rooney, Sammy Davis Jr. There's some big names there of individuals that were in the Army, and keep in mind this is Army people putting on the show, so it wasn't the matter of like, oh no, I like the idea of playing there. No, soldier, you don't understand. Get in your Jeep.
Well, Mel Brooks, I believe, was a combat engineer who would go out and clear mines. Wow. Yeah, that's.
Well, you'll have to listen to the interview. I'm pretty sure he said Mel Brooks. That's the name that I thought when he said Mel. It was a Mel and a last name. Let's see. Nope, I can't remember. There was another big name that was part of that group, and you can hear that on the interview coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Well, I'm getting queued up for my 20-hour drive, so I'll have plenty to listen to.
I don't know. I don't think there's any Buc-ee's for my 20-hour drive. I mean, there is close to the house, within 15, 20 minutes of the house. But as far as going further, no, there were no Buc-ee's to stop. I really enjoy stopping at Buc-ee's. You know exactly what you're going to get, and the coffee is good there too. But I'm sure you'll be able to find plenty of places to get stuff.
I've never seen a Buc-ee's in person.
Yeah. It's fun. It's like seeing Bigfoot.
We have there's one up here called Wally's, which is the same thing. You go in there, there's like 120 pumps. They have all the different aisle of jerky. They have the barbecue shop. They have the ice cream shop. I'm told it's the northern version of Buc-ee's, but just not as whatever. Right.
No, they made some sort of deal with the devil. That it's a big deal, and they're building more of them. Yep. All right, so it's been a little while since we did a Jeep Talk Show Gladiator update, mainly because I just haven't been doing anything to or with the Gladiator. We drive the Gladiator once or twice a week, and usually it's me going over to Sam's Club. It's really just a grocery getter, but it's a fancy grocery getter. But here recently, needed to do an oil change. We discussed about user oil changes and not and how the thing that I was told about invalidating the warranty, that was not the case. So luckily I was able to change the oil myself, and I took it. I thought this would be a perfect time to install the Baxter Performance oil filter adapter, especially since the Gladiator sits for many days at a time between starts. Are you familiar with the Baxter oil filter adapter? What it's all about, Steve?
I have. I've watched the Northridge videos on it. I've watched, I think, a couple others have done reviews on it, and I want to pull the trigger on it. I'm just not convinced yet. So,
what part of it you're not convinced? Is it you don't know that it needs it, or you don't know that it will do what it needs to do?
From what everyone with the JL, it seems to be a problem with the JKs. From what I'm told with the 3.6, not a lot with the JLs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not driving my JL daily, so I'm not putting all of it on there, which makes me think, well, now I need it more because I got more of the oil that's drained and sitting down.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. That's kind of what it does. Apparently, the whole upper valve train, cams or whatever it is, the upper part of it, it gets dry, and then from the time that you start it, I don't want to say dry, it gets drier, and then when you start it, it takes a few seconds to get the oil in the upper part of the engine, and the Baxter Performance oil filter adapter dumps oil out of the oil filter into the upper part of the engine, oiling it quicker.
I may take a look, see if they're at the vendor show at EJS, and see if they've got any deals going on them.
So when I decided to get it for the 2021 Jeep Talk Show Gladiator, I just went online and basically did a search for, Baxter Performance oil filter adapter. Probably used the part number, which I don't have here in front of me, and cheapest, best price, those type of things. And I was really surprised. Not really. I mean, everybody can have low prices, but I was surprised that it was not Trails Off Road. What's Brad's video channel? Trail Recon. So Brad has an online store with a lot of Jeep parts.
Oh, really?
And one of the things that they sell there are the Baxter Performance oil filter adapters, and they had it for the best price. So I actually ordered it through Brad's online store. So Trail Recon, I think it's probably just trailrecon.com. And I don't know that they still have the best price, because I've actually had not unusual for me, I've had the oil filter adapter for a while, but there's no reason to install it unless you're doing an oil change, sure. I think.
Sure.
So,
why would you drain out perfectly good oil until you're ready to?
Right. So now I have, instead of one of those little cartridges, I have an actual oil filter, which not only means that it is an oil filter that's going to be a lot easier to spin off and spin on, like you would most vehicles, or at least the TJs and the I don't know about the JKs, but the TJs, the XJs, that type of thing. It's also larger, so you have a greater area filtering the oil. And it's really cool. The thing that still freaks me out is that the oil filter is at the top of the engine. That cartridge and everything is at the top of the engine, which is just weird to me. I'm used to it being like on the side or something.
That isn't when you do an oil change, the marking on the dipstick off.
Yes, it is, because they've basically got it set for all the oil to be in the oil pan after you've stopped running it for a while, and now some of that oil is up in the oil filter. So. And I'm sure you saw on the Northridge 4x4 video where it can actually be at this, just on the tip of the oil stick, and that's a little scary. I remember the XJ, because the XJ always leaked, and I remember the XJ.
Yes, they do. Not
having oil on the stick at all.
Oh shit moments.
Well, I mean, it was fine. I mean, if there's no oil there, those hydraulic lifters are going to chatter at you, and that was never the case. So. The question on the XJ was, do I do an oil change, or I'm keep putting oil in it, so the oil is probably pretty fresh anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's really cool. I did not read the instructions because it's a fairly simple thing to do, fairly simple thing to install. And I watched the Northridge 4x4 how-to video before I went out there to change it. And I made the mistake of, I remembered the oil filter adapter, the hardware part of it, being you hand tight it and then back it up 180 degrees. That's what the hand tight was for the filter, not the mechanical part. So whenever I hand tightened and went back 180 degrees, because you want the little blow nozzle there to line up where you can get get screwed in. When I went to run it, a lot of oil came out. And went onto the ground. So I had to actually get more oil, and went back and looked at that video, and I went, oh crap. So I'm supposed to tighten this thing down. So I got the 1 inch socket, put it on there, snugged it down, and then backed it up 180 degrees, like what they said in the on that video. Yeah. And that now it's fine, but that was very, very frustrating. I thought I was done. And, I'm just not used to, we went through the same thing when I did the SteerSmart's steering component install. It was really difficult for me just being out there and working through all that stuff. It's a fairly easy job, but it was very a lot of work for me because I'm just not used to being up and doing things like that. And it's very frustrating. And if anybody out there that maybe, I think part of it was COVID because I was working from home for those 2 years during COVID. And then even whenever we were going back to the office, it was 2 days a week. So I've had a very sedentary lifestyle here for a number of years. Anyway, I got the oil changed and the oil filter adapter installed, and then I had to work longer to fix my mistake. So anyway, it all worked out, but just make sure that you tighten that thing down on there, and you can back it out 180 degrees because it has an O-ring. It has a couple of O-rings, and those O-rings basically make up the distance for the 180. But it's very nice. I'm glad that it's installed. I think I am going to go ahead and drain the oil out because I think I have, even though there was a lot of oil in the ground, I think I added 1.5 quarts or a little over 1 quart, and now it's a little high on the dipstick, higher than what you saw on the So I figure just to drain the oil out, and that was the whole problem anyway. The oil that I got to put the 1.5 quarts in was not the oil that I had ordered from O'Reilly's. You can go back and listen to that episode and find out how that worked out. So the oil that I got now is the oil that I ordered. So it's not going to cost me anything but my time. And the oil filter is brand new, so there's no reason to change the oil filter. I just need to drain the oil out and fill it up with the I guess I have to blow out the oil filter so all the oil is out of there because I don't want to overfill it. Anyway, I mean, this is one of those things where you don't know how it's working until you've got an engine with a lot of miles on it, and and you don't have any problems with it. But I think it's good insurance to make sure that the engine will last a good long time. It is a 2021 Jeep Gladiator, and I've got, I think 24,000 miles on it.
Yep. So I'm at 70,000 on the total, but I had the engine replaced at 13,000. So I'm just under 60,000 on the second engine.
Did they do the engine replacement good? Was there any issues after, I mean, that's some major heart surgery on a vehicle.
No, it did a great job on it. It was a little dealership down in Indiana where I had my incident. I've, knock on wood, I've never had a problem with it.
Good, excellent. How much longer are you going to be keeping this Jeep?
They're going to bury me in this thing.
There you go. Once you start making modifications to it, it's not just the idea of getting a newer Jeep. Now you have all those modifications, and also too, you have a relationship with your Jeep. You've done some things, and you really like to keep it. I think forever Jeep would be the wish of many people.
The biggest battle up here with keeping a Jeep is the elements. It's just the rust, all the treatments on the roads. That's why I don't have it as a daily driver, especially in the winter. If it's any salt on the roads, this Jeep climbs over boulders, rocks, goes through streams, but you see a little pile of salt, and it's like an elephant with a mouse, right? Just freaking out. I'm just like, I don't want to go anywhere near it. Yeah,
that's got to be something that is very frustrating, being in the area you are with the winter weather and stuff, and having to deal with all that stuff like that. It's just another thing that people have to deal with. So,
yep, my son bought a 1990 YJ out in Arizona where he's at school, and last year before EJS, I went down there to help him. I brought him a swing out tire carrier bumper. The bumperettes that were on there for 34 years, no effort at all to come off. Those bolts, just easy as butter. I mean, It is crazy.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with California, and I don't know. I don't know about North Texas, but probably West Texas and South Texas, and probably even East Texas. As long as it's not a beach Jeep, because there's a lot of people. Right. I won't do that. I don't like the idea of taking the Jeeps to the beach in Galveston. Number one, Galveston sucks. Tell
me how you really feel.
It's not pretty water. It's nice that it's actually that there's a large body of water available for you to go to, But if it's not clear or not, it's just not. I mean, I've been to Galveston many times, and it's just it's dirty, it's nasty, and but yeah, I've done the whole ocean thing, and I have no desire to go back down there. It's funny though. I've actually in recent years we've been having clean water in Galveston, and I've always taken that as a sign of the apocalypse. Because that's not something that I think that would actually be something that would ever happen.
Well,
so,
aren't there a lot of more cruise ships coming into Galveston now?
Could be. I don't go down there, and also too, if you go down there for some seafood and stuff, it's really expensive, and it's very. There's a lot of people there, because they're all going to Galveston to have seafood and walk on the boardwalk and all those things. So. The interesting thing, my father-in-law, who recently passed away, big time into fishing, and he would take the whole family, my wife, her brother, and younger sister, and they would go to Galveston for the day, and they go out there on the pier to go fishing, and he would drag the whole family out there and fish off the piers in Galveston. Rolando, my brother-in-law, still does it. So. It's there's a big fishing thing going on there. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't have the patience for fishing. Now, if it was bazookas or dynamite, I think that'd make it fun.
That's cheating. But fun.
Yeah, but boom.
Yeah. From the mind of Nikki G.
Hey, this is Nikki G, and I just did a slip yoke eliminator on my 231 transfer case on the TJ, and don't mind all the bashings. But to get this snap ring out,
oh man,
I discovered that these kind of pliers, snap ring pliers, with this little thing on the end, works. And it turned a 5-minute job into like a 4.5-minute job. If you're going to do a slip yoke eliminator or deal with any type of snap rings, get a pair of these, Amazon.
It's still a pain in the ass.
Whatever you do, don't get a set of snap ring pliers like these that you change the heads on. They just frustrate you. Got a good pair of pliers like these work great, but this is the trick for getting out those flat ones. It doesn't matter how you take it off, it's still going to eject into the stratosphere.
Oh, God, yes.
Eye protection. That's not why I'm calling. I'm calling to tell you that I found a great place online to buy sausages. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Jeez.
All right, boys and girls, I'll chat you later. You have a good one. Bye.
No.
Oh, some of them you see coming, some of them you don't.
Yeah. I think my mind was going to a darker place when you started talking about sausages. So
yeah. So if you don't know about the slip yoke eliminator, it's not something that you have to do on the Gladiator or the JL, and I don't think the JK you have to do that either. But on the XJs and the TJs, the back of the transfer case, you would actually have to have. It's a slip yoke, so the yoke of the rear drive shaft actually slides in and out of the transfer case, so that as the suspension is cycling, the drive shaft itself can just move back and forth. So if you put a slip yoke eliminator in there, now it doesn't do that anymore. So that if you want to do a lift or you're doing more flex off road, you're not going to wind up with as much binding, because you can lose a U-joint, a rear U-joint, or even a front U-joint, depending on how much flex that you're putting into the suspension. So slip yoke eliminator, it's fairly easy to do. I remember the big deal back then when people were doing it. It's relatively expensive, $200-300, maybe more now. Tom Woods sells them, and it's fairly expensive. But there was also a hack and tap method where you could actually take this thing, drill a hole, and go around the whole thing of even having to break down the transfer case. All right, so coming up on the next interview episode, Steve, we have interviews every Friday. We're going to be interviewing Pat Johnson at EGR USA, EGRUSA.com. We've interviewed them before. They have a really nice cover for the Gladiator and other full-size pickups. And it's one that retracts. If you remember the like the pianos that have the little thing that you can cover the pull down, and also to the desk, the roll top desks.
Yep.
It's a lot like that, but this is for the bed of your Gladiator.
Yeah, I was looking at their website. They got a bunch of other stuff on there too. Some nice accessories.
Mm-hmm.
They've got those side curtain lights that replace the cowl that are color matched.
Yeah, I
Those
think
look
it's neat that they're color matched.
Yeah, Jason Drax was at EJS with a pair of them last year on the night run. They're pretty nifty to have for the ditches. What would we normally call ditch lights on the side?
Yeah, he said ditches, not bitches. This is definitely different. Although you could attract the women with them too, couldn't you? Go down the road.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's really cool. They actually contacted us last year about sending us out some of those, and I said, "Oh, that would be fun. I would really appreciate it." But I have a Rugged Ridge snorkel, which takes up one of those side cowls, and it's kind of a problem too if you've got a 4xe, because the 4xe charging is there on the side cowl. So. It's actually, we talked about that. Pat and I talked about that in the interview, and he said, well, what you do is you find a buddy with a 4xe, and then, you can get one for the driver's side on the Gladiator, and they can get one for the passenger side on the 4xe.
It's like the Civil War guys. One lost his left foot, one lost his right foot, so they'd go together and buy shoes.
Yeah, there you go. It's exactly the same thing. Nobody sells just one shoe. All right, well, that's a wrap, Jeep fam. Another awesome episode with the Jeep Talk Show is in the books. We have had a blast driving into all things Jeep with our passionate crew and listeners like you. Let's hit the highlights and get you geared up for what's next. So you can subscribe and engage. We are on a mission to hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're currently at 5.7.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm very, very happy about that. It's not enough, damn it. Anyway, we're at 5.7 and counting. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment with your thoughts on today's topics. We love the feedback. We love the comments, good or bad. We love them. Got a Jeep story, a trail tip, or a burning question? We want to hear it. Every comment helps us grow and keeps the Jeep community thriving. Follow along, stay connected on Instagram at Jeep Talk Show. Join our Discord for 24/7 Jeep chat. Steve, you're on there. I think you have a good time there on the Discord server. Lots of good communication.
Blocked it at work.
Yeah.
So I love having it on the browser. And they Spotify. I couldn't even get into Spotify today. It was blocked. I was like, really?
You slackers.
Damn it.
But anyway, you can go to our Discord 24/7 Jeep chat and sign up for a newsletter at xjtalk.com to get the latest Jeep news, events, updates, and exclusive content delivered straight to your inbox. It's a great way to get a reminder about our roundtable that we do. We actually record the roundtable on Tuesdays, and you get a reminder about the roundtable that it's coming up, and you don't want to miss it.
Yep, and look for us at EJS. So come say hi. We'd love to talk to you.
Oh, absolutely. And actually go off-road, go wheeling with you or with us. So I think EJS is going to be bigger this year. I think we had 23 Jeep Talk Show related listeners and team members that were there last year. So I'm very interested to see what it's going to be, how it's going to be this year. And my gosh, like I said, I wish we were going, but it is what it is. And they're not closing it, at least not yet. So there's always next year, right?
That's right.
Steve, thanks a lot for being with us. Have a great night.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting since 2010.
You're my friend. You're my new friend.